you. Item number 3, public comment. Is there any? Please state your name and address for the record.
Jim Fedak from 88 Commodore Commons in Derby. Councilwoman, Board. My name is Jim Fedak, and I'm the Executive Director of Master's Table Community Meals. Master's Table started in 2011. We serve the entire Lower Naugatuck Valley. Since the pandemic, we have seen our amount of individuals served has increased. Master's Table served 540 individuals from Seymour alone. We're seeking to remain in the 2024-2025 budget. We're asking for $2,500 to help the cost of these meals. We serve, like I said, the entire Lower Naugatuck Valley. We are in this year's budget, but we like to remain in the budget, but because of costs going up, like everything else, we're asking for that amount. I submitted a letter to Kurt Miller for your review. Do you have any questions for me?
So we can't really ask questions during public comment. The only thing I want to clarify is you said 2,500 or 25,000.
Oh, 2,500.
Okay. Just had to double check.
You gotta take a shot.
Well,
I give 25,000. We're fine with that too.
as much as I love to help people, but I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
and we heard it correctly for the records.
The
That's all.
meals generally increase. We see our numbers really increase around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, where the needs greater. Even though I stated that the need has increased in the pandemic, that is true, but even with the holidays, they've increased greater than just that. And for our meals, we have either a takeout only, or they could take it out and come inside, and we provide giveaway tables, which includes clothing sometimes, which includes food, knickknacks. It varies from meal to meal. We also have a parish nurse that comes in once a month to do blood pressure screenings, and our guests have grown to love her, which she will in turn, she's a good communicator. They look forward to seeing her, is what I'm saying. And sometimes with this population, people don't take care of themselves the way they should, or they're afraid to. And she just welcomes them, and they look forward to seeing her. We also have someone come in once a month also to do incontinence products, personal products, Traveler on a Mission. In the summer, we teamed up with Gazy Farms, and they provide fresh fruit and vegetables for our giveaway table. So it's an event that we've been doing, like I said, since 2011. We started at Christ Church, and now we do it at Assumption Church Hall.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Can I give you one of these, or that's on? You can't take one.
Yeah, we can take one.
Okay, this has last year's stats on it.
Thank you.
We're down updated to this year's stats yet,
Thanks.
even though the 540 is what we served last year. This
Thank you.
talks about the programs that
Thank
I
you.
just meant, what I just mentioned. And
Can you give one to our recording secretary so she has it, so you can put with the agenda, please?
Yeah.
The minutes, thank you.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comment? Any other public comment?
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
If I may.
Absolutely.
We're honoring 2 individuals this evening. Can we ask if anyone wants to make a public comment regarding the individuals at that time?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Beat me to the punchline.
Okay.
Need
Very
to
good.
speak up so I can be heard. I didn't hear a word he said.
So Selectman Stanek asked, since we're recognizing 2 individuals tonight, which really is, if anybody would like to speak on those individuals' behalfs, they may speak on their
Thank you.
behalfs.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, item number 4, approval of the minutes from January 17th, 2024 special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Al, second by Fred. Discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, 5.
One abstention.
One abstention. Chair votes aye. Motion is 4-0-1. Please note Pat Lombardi's abstention. Thank you. Okay. Item number, here we go, 5. This is discussion and possible action with Shay Stoughton regarding the concert on the Cans Show fundraiser to benefit the Blessing Pantry. Shay and Little Miss Folsom, can you please come on up? So, for those who don't know, Shay and, I gotta find my notes, Shay and Sarah, for part of their capstone, right? They put together Cans for a Cause. And Cans for a Cause basically raised food, not money, food, 200 pounds of food for the Blessing Pantry. And this is part of your capstone program. And it was well received, and you had a lot of people there. And I just wanted you to come, and first we wanted to recognize and say thank you so much for that. And for you to give us a little bit of an explanation of what you did and how you went about it.
Hello, thank you. My name is Sarah. So we did our concert for Cans, which was for our capstone project for school. And basically what it was is we ran a show, a performance show with drums, guitars, bass, live singing. And people had to come in and give donations, whether that be money, whether that be non-perishables, stuff that would benefit the Blessed Pantry.
Hello. We did this because I work there, I volunteer there a lot, and I see how much they're in need. They give away about 50 bags of like food or hygiene products weekly, and they also do giveaways. But they have to turn people away very frequently, and they always want to do more. So I thought we could give them a little bit of a leg up so they can do more.
Thank you. Well, I mean, Shay and Sarah, for you to think of this as seniors in high school, it's rewarding for me, right? Sarah, I've known you since you were a cheerleader and as a tiny mite cheerleader at Pop Warner, so to even think you're graduating right now is beyond belief. But to think you guys started this as seniors about our future, about our residents, and about what's going on, and to bring food awareness to everybody, you should be commended for that, and your parents as well. And we appreciate it, and thank you so much for doing that. I asked Shay if they can do an encore presentation around Easter, around March time, but I was denied because there's so much. I know, right, Miller? Denied. Because so much work goes into just putting the capstone together and trying to organize one. So we're hoping maybe before you guys go off to college, we can have another show.
Yeah, we're only juniors, so we have a little bit more time.
It was a senior moment. You missed my AARP comment before. Yes, Mr. Frank.
Our capstone is done by juniors and not seniors, and that we do that because if a junior has a multi-year capstone, they have the time to do it.
Okay. So see, my senior had done hers, but she didn't go. She did hers in her senior year. Probably why I had my senior moment. That's okay. So maybe you could do another one then. Maybe. I would love to have it. Maybe we can do it outside. At our community center, maybe. Huh?
And how do you make it repeatable? So when you guys leave, you leave that behind to others to keep it on. I think that'd be.
Yeah.
If I may, maybe one of the organizations at the school could be drawn into the program, such as the student council. Mm-hmm. And it could become an annual event. Right.
Very talented, all of you, and I was amazed. So,
It's a great
thank
idea.
you. Dr. Compton, did you want to say anything?
We're just very proud of these two young ladies. It's a great capstone project. It's about giving back to the community in a way that is the biggest need of all. And concert. They are juniors, so we got another year.
So I can have my senior moment in your senior year. Mr. Lucky, did you want to say anything?
I think that opportunity definitely exists, and we can work with some of the teachers, maybe some of the other events, such as our traditional concert that we do in the music department, and maybe branch off into that as part of the admissions as a requirement, because we just ask for a donation.
Yeah.
Maybe the admissions is a canned good to get in.
Great idea.
Very
Great.
good. Thank you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
It's having a senior moment. Yep, go ahead.
Like to make a motion to remove number 8 from the agenda,
Okay.
and we should do that first.
So I'd like to move number 8 off the agenda. Can I have a motion? Motion was made by Al Bruno,
Second.
second by Bob Finley. I had a senior moment.
You got too many of them today.
Woo. Under discussion, I would like to say, because it says discussion and possible action regarding the proclamation, there's actually no actions being done because we are given it, so we don't have to vote on it. We don't have to, as a board, make an action. Vote,
We
discussion,
got to vote. Yep.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'd like to make a motion to add to the agenda proclamations honoring Roland Messier and Paul Lucky.
I'll
Second.
second the motion.
Second, motion by Al, second by Fred, discussion? Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Okay. Fred Stanek. Okay. And I'd like to make a motion to go out of order and bring in number 8 up above number 6.
I'll
So
make a
moved.
motion that we go out of order and at this time entertain item number 8. Second.
Motion by Fred, second by Mr. Lombardi. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. So we are here tonight to honor Paul Lucky, who is our assistant principal at Seymour High School. I know he gave it to me. Dr. Compton, would you and Mr. Freund please come up? Do you have, would you like to say, I know you would like to say something, but speaking to the microphone first.
I would just like to say, as a school superintendent, I am extremely honored to have the 2024 Connecticut Secondary Assistant Principal of the Year. Mr. Lucky is so deserving of this award. I cannot tell you enough great things about Mr. Lucky. One of the things that I made a statement to the press, Mr. Lucky is the best of the best in the state of Connecticut. And again, we're so proud of him. He's visionary, he's extremely intelligent, and most of all, he cares about the kids. During all of the years that he's been at Seymour High School, many years before I ever came to Seymour, I think he started in around 2008, 2004, 4 years ahead. But I can tell you that this man, during my short time here being at Seymour, the visionary programs that he has started, what he has done with the EMT program, what he has done with the Griffin Health Allied programs, all of the things, the incentives, and especially the manufacturing program, I'm telling you, it truly has put Seymour High School on the roadmap. The Commissioner of Education was so pleased when she came last year to tour the board office and also to tour Seymour High School and to see the extraordinary things that our students were doing. I can tell you a lot of that vision is Mr. Lucky. I can also say, standing here, is who I'm also very proud of, the principal Floyd, and they've been quite the team. But I can tell you tonight, this man has put hours and hours above the call of duty. He's also been an active district grant coordinator for our school district this past year. But again, we're so proud. We will be with him in the fall when he is honored with the Connecticut Association of School Administrators. We'll be there that evening along with his wife and family. And so he's gonna have a big support team, and I think First Lake Woman, you'll wanna go with us as well. So again, the best of the best for Connecticut.
Mr. Freund? Oh, Kristen Brunos from the Board of Ed's here as well.
Yes, we have one of our board members here tonight.
I've had the pleasure of working with Mr. Lucky since 2004. Initially, he was a classroom teacher. He actually taught programming and web design at that time, and he was a fantastic teacher. He soon became an administrator, and I have to say, it's been a whirlwind since then. So he and I have worked together collaboratively, like I say, for nearly 20 years now. And over that time, he's a mover and shaker. He's progressive. He's forward-looking. He always puts children first, not just children in the here and now, but he's always thinking of children in the future. Where are our kids in Seymour High School going to be 5, 10 years from now? It's always been a primary concern. If it wasn't for his efforts, it's very likely that we wouldn't have been identified as one of the top public high schools in the state of Connecticut, nor would we have been identified by the college board as a college board honor roll. So, and all the diverse programs we have, largely because of his efforts, we've maintained an identity of a truly comprehensive high school, and I applaud him for it, and honestly, I couldn't have done my job without him doing his, and I'm dependent upon him and all the great things he's done.
Thank you.
Plus, he's a fantastic friend.
Kristen?
There's not much to add beyond, but from the perspective of a board member and from the perspective of a parent of a child that graduated from Seymour High, I think Mr. Lucky is an innovator. I think he is resourceful, and I appreciate as a board member that he is always looking for the kids that are not engaged and how to make a successful high school experience for them. So we're really proud and lucky to have Mr. Lucky. Someone has to do it.
Someone had to do it.
If I may be
That should
heard,
have made up a shirt.
Should have, yeah. Go ahead, Ms. Slifka-Stanek.
I first met Mr. Lucky in 2004 when my son Patrick was one of his students in computer science. And I have to say that that class laid a very important foundation for my son's career, what he does today. In 2019, I was a member of the Seymour Board of Education, and at a meeting, a young man stood up to compliment Mr. Lucky. This young man said that he had had a very difficult childhood, and that he thought he would never make anything of himself. He went to Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky told him that he was a very important member of the school body, and that someday, when he graduates, he should find a job. He was not a college-bound student. He should find a job that he loves, work at the job, do well, and he would be successful. This young man was several years out of Seymour High School, and he said he followed Mr. Lucky's advice. Mr. Lucky took him under his wing during the remaining years at Seymour High School, and this young man said to the Board of Education, "Mr. Lucky saved my life." That's the type of man Mr. Lucky is. He is a unique administrator who has contributed so much to our school district, as stated by the 3 individuals who just spoke, and I don't know what we would do without him. We have a very successful, important, and recognized comprehensive high school because of Mr. Lucky and others, like Mr. Freund, Dr. Compton, Board of Education members. Congratulations, Mr. Lucky. Paul, you certainly deserve this award and this proclamation this evening.
So, proclamation of the Town of Seymour honoring Paul Lucky. Whereas Mr. Paul Lucky, Seymour High School Assistant Principal, has been selected as the 2024 Connecticut Association of High School Assistant Principal of the Year. He has served in his current role for more than 17 years, making an indelible mark as a compassionate, approachable, invested, forward-thinking, and student-centric administrator. Paul is a visionary and structural leader who showers his love and dedication on the entire Seymour community. He draws kids in, helps them find their passion, and makes a difference in their lives every single day. Whereas Paul thinks light years ahead to ensure that our students are prepared for happiness and success in their post-high school journeys. Paul has set a standard of excellence that resonates throughout the entire Seymour community. Paul has been at the center of several transformative initiatives to expose students to diverse learning experiences and provide staff with avenues for professional growth. Whereas Paul has single-handedly written and secured grants totaling more than $2 million to help fund new manufacturing, arts, businesses, and technology programs and equipment. And I heard we have a sound studio going in as well now, right? He worked with the superintendent and the Board of Education to develop and subsidize 5 tardy officers' positions, allowing teachers with their O92 certificates to gain administrative experience. He has established meaningful connections with local businesses, organizations, and community leaders, including Griffin Hospital and surrounding ambulance associations. Through these partnerships, the school has gained access to valuable resources, mentorship programs, and internships that enrich students' overall educational experience and provide engagement beyond the classroom. Whereas Paul recognizes that not all students are bound for a 4-year college and has implemented groundbreaking programs that cater to the diverse talent and aspiration of all students, ensuring that every individual receives tailored support to thrive in their chosen path beyond high school, Paul has introduced more rigorous academic courses, dramatically expanding the number of advanced placement, AP, and dual credit programs available to students. He has worked tirelessly to prepare students for success in both higher education and the workforce. Now therefore be it resolved, I, Anne Marie Dragonis, first selectwoman of the town of Seymour, do hereby recognize and congratulate Paul Lucky for his outstanding accomplishments and extend to him our deepest appreciation for all his dedicated work in educating the youth of our community.
My children couldn't be here tonight. One is a United States Army soldier in Texas, and the other is at UConn. I think she's got so she's telling me.
Dr. Compton, Mr. Boyne,
I am your first selection.
I get paid by the picture.
do you get paid by the picture?
Paid by the picture.
We gotta tighten up. You guys like each other.
Yeah,
It's my fault, not really.
Oh, is it? I'm good, thank you. How did they follow?
Thank you.
I was more of a radio guy.
Well, no one asked me.
Ooh, look at the little elf came.
Bruno.
Yeah,
Bruno went out like it was a free bowl of soup.
What you had was a failure
to Yes, go ahead, Mr. Lucky.
I would just like to express my sincere gratitude to the town of Seymour to be there for me in my time of need. And with that, just to let you guys know that I am dedicated to this town. It is the largest portion of my career in education that I value so much. And I look forward to spending many more years here improving the education of our system. You know, growing up in the valley, both in Ansonia and going to Seymour from kindergarten to 4th grade and then Naugatuck, having the opportunities to teach in those 3 districts has just been a real blessing. I feel I have a real good handle on our kids, both then and now, and I look forward to great things in the future. So thank you all for having me. I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's number 9. I don't think the Buddy Bench people are here. So we can table that. All right.
The other
Number,
proclamation? The other proclamation.
That one goes to a senior citizen. No, that one goes to, see, I had my senior moment again. That is, we have another proclamation, but she's not here. She's actually in in one of our, I think it's Smithfield House she's in. It's for Roland Messier, whereas the town of Seymour is made great by the wonderful residents and Miss Messier in turning 100 years young, and we are so thankful that Roland has chosen Seymour as her home. Whereas Roland was born in Highgate Center, Vermont, and her favorite childhood memory was being on a farm. Whereas Roland's hobbies are sewing, knitting, crocheting, and being on her iPad, she loves celebrating her birthdays and enjoying watching baseball games and playing bingo. As long as those baseball games are the Cleveland Indians, we're fine. Whereas Roland's favorite vacation memory was when she traveled to Hawaii and Europe, and also mentioned how she always loved to help people. Now, therefore, I, Amber Dragonis, First Selectwoman for the Town of Seymour and the Board of Select Persons, do hereby acknowledge and celebrate the life and accomplishments of a Roland Messier, and witness hereof, I proclaim February 22nd, 2024, Roland's birthday, to be a celebration and appreciation an event of all citizens to join me in wishing her the happiest of birthdays. 100 years old. My senior moments won't allow me to be 100. Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding the tax abatement for qualified members of the Seymour Fire Department and Seymour Ambulance. In your packet is a list of Seymour Fire Department 2023 tax abatement list, as well as the Seymour Ambulance. As we know, they have to have a certain criteria to meet. Currently this year's abatement is $1,500. I will be putting it towards the ordinance committee. The state of Connecticut has this abatement in place. The state of Connecticut moved the abatement up to $2,000. We will not be jumping up that high. We just moved it up to $1,500. We are looking at next year moving it up to $1,800 for a 100% abatement. We have Fire Chief Chris Edwards is here. He can answer any questions that we may have in regards to the fire abatement as to whether how the firefighters make the 150 points that are needed. Chief Edwards. Hi. Yep. Can you just explain to the board and to those watching at home how the board comes up with the 150 points that they must meet?
It's the point system varies from your rank certifications right on to Paul's training and department fundraisers as far as Gray Hill and citizens. All combined together at the end of the year, you come up with your point system and your abatements.
150 is the most points that you can get, and that the maximum abatement is 1,500.
Correct.
And anything below the 150, they still get abatements for?
Yeah, it breaks down lower and lower and lower.
Okay. One
And
thing,
you gotta be certified, or you gotta be in the department one full calendar year to receive it.
okay. So it's 1,500, and that goes towards houses, and it's
Property tax, vehicle tax.
property tax, vehicle tax. Any questions for Chief Edwards?
You will see on the, something new this year, we got the 65-25, the retirement plan.
That was
There's,
from the past.
don't quote me on the number, 5 or 6 of them on there. So they've done more than 25 years and reached the age of 65 or plus.
44.
They're not able to be on the line anymore. It's kind of a retirement status. They've served their purpose to, I won't say purpose, that's the wrong word. They've done their time with Seymour Fire Department, but they still stay active. So we put a pointing system with the ordinance committee where they still do fundraisers, come around, they come to meetings, they're still involved, they just can't fight fire. So you'll see it on there as a 65-25, that's the retirement plan we have, so they are automatically grandfathered into the 150 point max abatement.
Glad I do appreciate that you showed that as a golf cart, which,
Yeah.
because we talked about that last year.
Yep,
That's
we did.
great.
Great.
I didn't want the guy to left the elevator.
I know.
The guy on the left or the guy on the right?
My left, your right.
Oh, okay.
My right.
And I didn't hear you say, but did you say there was a criteria on the 65-25 also?
Yes, you gotta
Okay.
make a certain amount of meetings and,
Thank you.
fundraisers. It's not just retire and be gone, you're still active, you're still coming around, you're just not going on calls.
Great. And I know we have firefighters in Seymour that do not necessarily live in Seymour, or they don't get the
They
abatement.
do not get to be, you need to be a town resident, you have to have property inside Seymour to receive it.
Great. Any other questions for Fire Chief? Okay. We also have,
I did have just one question. So the ones that are 65-25 and active versus retired, you're showing them on the list as 65-25 active or 65-25 retired.
It's the same thing,
Okay.
yeah, so you'll
There's-
see,
There's one that says retire.
yeah,
I know,
they
but
should
I-
all say
Yeah.
active retired, but yeah, same thing. So, if you
Okay.
see 65-25, you're just the retired status.
Okay.
and that's just because of the way your system, the computer
Correct.
system is? Okay.
Okay. And just a question for you.
Absolutely.
Are we voting on the ambulance corps separately from the fire department, or are we voting on?
No,
all?
we're gonna do like both separate ones. Ambulance is one, fire department
Very
is
good.
one.
Thank you.
Okay? You can't answer for the ambulance.
I cannot answer, I can tell you what the building is,
Thank you.
thank you as always.
Can I have a motion to accept the Seymour Fire Department 2023 tax abatement list?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Bob, second by Al. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Noes, abstains? Okay, motion carries. Chair votes aye, 5-0. Can I have a motion to accept the Seymour Ambulance tax abatement recipient for the 2023 year?
So moved.
Yeah, so moved.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Pat, oh, Bob already seconded it. Did you ask me what?
No, that was ambulance.
Yeah, ambulance, yeah. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding the Bungee Elementary School Building Committee to solicit RFPs or RFQs to hire professionals to prepare preliminary plans and cost estimate for the projects and to appropriate funds for the same. I will turn this over to Selectman Stanek.
Thank you, Madam First Selectwoman.
You're welcome.
The Bungee Elementary School Building Committee has met twice since it was appointed by this board with the charge to develop plans and cost estimates and take to referendum an expansion and renovation of Bungee Elementary School. We've met twice, and we have solicited estimates from architecture, engineering firms as to what it would cost approximately for architectural plans and cost estimates to be developed for a plan to be presented to the town for referendum. The approximate cost that we were looking at is $55,000, $30,000 for preliminary architectural plans, and $25,000 for a preliminary comprehensive enrollment study. This is the first phase of the project. If the committee agrees with what is presented to the committee will be back here, hopefully sometime later this year, asking that the matter be placed on a referendum schedule for a vote by the public to expand and renovate Bungee School. We have several members of the committee here this evening: Rebecca Bennett, Peter Kubik, Thomas Nobley are present, if anybody wants to contribute toward what I said.
Because I can't hear you in computer world. Name and address.
Oh, Peter Kubik, 31 Meat Farm Road. That's in Seymour.
Senior moment.
I think Fred hit the nail on the head. I want to thank the select persons and Madam First Select Woman for appointing the committee. I've been elected co-chair with Fred. So I think we have our work cut out for us. I feel that once we're done and we get the infrastructure together, you know, on the school, as well as improve some of the educational areas that are required to be updated. I was on the first committee, Bungay School, back in
1993.
1993. And we made some significant improvements then, and I think that we're going to continue to make improvements now, and we'll always be looking for the best estimates we can get, and always keeping the taxpayers in mind and trying to get the best that we can out of the school. If you have any questions for me or...
Any discussion? Any? Can I have a motion? Motion by Bob.
I'll second the motion. Can we include that the board would appropriate up to $55,000 at this time for the studies that are necessary?
Yeah, just through First Selectman, just under discussion, because it's not appropriated, it has still have to go in front of the Board of Finance, but assuming this board approves, it would not stop the ability to start the process for the RFP, the RFQ.
Okay, thank you.
But officially, the Board of Finance would need to approve it.
Obviously, yes. Thank you, thank you.
Motion by Bob. Second by Fred. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose?
Thank you.
Abstain? Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. Okay. So we'll do that, and then you'll go in front of the Board of Finance next. Okay. Yep. We're going to table item number 9, discussion action possible regarding the Buddy Bench program, because they are not here. Item number 10, recommendations and referrals to the Ordinance Committee. The Ordinance Committee met earlier today, a little while ago actually. We talked about putting forth a new ordinance. It's called the SAVES program. People thought I was crazy when I said AARP. Thank God I had it upstairs. So it's seniors added valuable experience. It was put in there by ARP, and I checked it. Danbury, the SAVES program offers Danbury older adults on fixed income additional peace of mind by providing a $700 property tax credit for those who complete 100 hours of volunteer service in the community each year. I know that we have the circuit breaker program that the state of Connecticut mandated that each town put in. Right? It was mandated by the state. They were giving us money, then they stopped giving us money. But we still, as a town, have to put the money into that section. So we know that times are tough for everybody. So this was brought to my attention. We know that Danbury's doing it, and I think Melissa Milford was doing it, and I have the paperwork for you, Rich, so that you can look into it as well to see if it is a general state statute that it might fall under, as you were talking about before. Here's what Danbury had as well. So I'll give that over to you, and then you can give us the information that we can push towards our ordinance committee. But it's sort of a way to help our seniors or the retired individuals in town. And what it is they could work up to, and Danbury has 100 hours of community service, and then they get $700 off of a tax abatement. And what this is, they're bringing valuable experience to the town. Of course, we'd have to speak to Chris Pelosi to make sure whatever experience that they are bringing does not involve a union grievance. But one of them was, and I mentioned it, Mr. Lucky, was, when we have the tardy, we needed parents. Maybe we have a retired person who is, I call myself, a retired person who left the school system and now as a teacher, and now they can do that, or a retired administration. Maybe they can do that to help their taxes. Or it couldn't be put towards something where they're just picking, the trash off out of the ground or cleaning up a park. It have to have some valuable experience, maybe working in the accounting program, maybe a retired tax person, financial person, town clerk, something like that where they're bringing experience to our town. To look at that. So that's going to be pushed towards the ordinance committee to think of. Tax assessor, yeah. Updating in the existing blight ordinance. We know that our blight ordinance needs to be a little tighter. and updating an existing tax abatement ordinance benefiting the volunteer firefighters and our EMS personnel. As you saw tonight, we did the firefighter one. It's $1,500 currently. The state of Connecticut goes up to $2,000. And after this past weekend, the Valley was hit pretty hard this past weekend, with our volunteers being put out there. So I would like to push towards the ordinance committee, looking at from the 1,500, moving it to 1,800, as well as for our residents, our younger residents who are taking the EMT course through the school system, or our younger firefighters who are, volunteering their time. They may not have property in their name. Maybe their cars are still in their parents' name, or they don't own a house. What can we do for them? Look at something, what can we do for them? Because they don't have property, so they're not getting the abatement. So I would like to look at something for them as well. And that was all the recommendations I had to refer to the ordinance committee. Did any of the other board members have any suggestions?
I had a comment on the SAVES program, and I just wanted to make sure we capture it, because came to mind. With the police, with the ambulance and with fire, there's a governance board that manages that. So I think we have to make sure that the SAVES program, I don't know how it would be managed, because it seems like you could go to any department, so you'd have to have some type of centralized management system, no different than the chiefs who manage the fire. And so we have to think about that. It just came to mind as you were saying.
Okay, that's a good idea.
We talked about naming different buildings and facilities.
Yep.
I know what it is, along that line too.
Naming different buildings, parks,
Facilities.
facilities,
That we would have a
monuments,
process.
streets.
Yes.
Okay, we could put that towards that. Was there any other ones we wanted to put towards them? Okay. So the ordinance next committee meeting is March.
February 10th.
Nope.
No?
March 5th.
Okay.
We changed it because there needs to be an awards committee meeting.
Okay.
So we moved it to March 5th at 6:30. So we'll push these ordinance to the ordinance committee then. Okay? Is everybody okay with that? Can I have a motion to move those items to the ordinance committee?
So moved.
Motion by Pat, second by Bob. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair knows, abstains. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
And that's March 5th at 6 o'clock, yes? 6:30.
6:30.
For ordinance committee?
Yes.
6:30?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Number 11, appointments. We are putting together a permanent building committee. Oh, first is events committee, sorry. Can I have a motion to add Allison Pond, appointment 2 years, starts 2/6/2024 and ends 12/1/2025 to the events committee?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Pat, second by Al Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Noes, abstains. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Permanent Building Committee. Oh, look at that. He's here. Pat Knott, Tim Connors, Peter Kubik, Jim Baldwin, and Trish Danka. Appointment is 2 years, starting on 2/6/2024 and on 12/1/2025. Motion by Bob,
Second.
second by Al. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Noes, abstains. Chair votes aye. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. There are no transfer tonight. In your packet is a tax refund and abatement. Please review. Make sure there are no issues where you cannot vote on it. Can I have a motion?
Motion to approve as presented on the
Second.
report in the amount of $967.48.
Motion by Pat Lombardi, second by Al Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 5-0. There is no correspondence. Public comment. Is there any public comment? Public comment going twice. Public comment going 3 times. First, Selectwoman's report. First, I want to thank all our first responders, and not only our town, but also our surrounding community. This past weekend, the valley was hit hard, and the first responders handled everything thrown at them, from the scenes to the internet, with professionalism. And we are all here. We are all here for them, and we are very proud of them. Friday, the town, Ansonia, was hit with a fire of arson in a vacant building, and then the gas smells, the numerous calls we have, and then finally on Sunday, Beacon Falls was hit with a horrific accident that many members had to see things that I wish they never had to see. So I just want to say thank you to all of them. Congratulations to Charles Anderson, Jacob Olson, and Maximilian Lukasik from the Seymour Middle School on their placements in the Scripps Spelling Bee that was held in January. There were 17 students and 67 rounds. Charles, Jacob, and Maximilian placed in the top 3, and I hope I said Maximilian correctly. Congratulations to our high school debate team. Seymour High School's debate team sent 5 debaters, 1 varsity team, 1 novice team, and 1 solo debater to the First Connecticut Debate Association tournament of the new year. Due to the large number of participating schools, the varsity and novice competitions were split between 2 locations, Fairfield Ward and New Canaan. Seymour competed in Fairfield Ward with the novice team sophomores Anua Shah and Alyssa Vergati captured 3rd place out of 37 novice entries. Alyssa Vergati medaled as the 5th place novice speaker out of 74 entries. The double win automatically qualifies the team for the novice state tournament held on March 23rd, 2024. Congratulations to our novice winners at the Seymour High School debate team for their hard work and dedication. And the varsity debate team, Tasneem Jera and Elizabeth Ang, both made a strong showing in the varsity division on the January 6th debate tournament, which was held at the Fairfield Ward High School. Congratulations to Jillian Keogh, who is currently ranked number 1 in Connecticut and number 8 in the nation in assists per games. Congratulations to our Seymour Middle School basketball team. The Cougars secured the championship at the Swift International Tournaments with a 60-36 win. Pretty good. Congratulations to our middle school cheerleaders and high school cheerleaders. Every weekend is a competition, and every weekend we are amazed about the work they do and the mannerism that they hold on the mat, on and off the mat. As I mentioned earlier, the Can for a Cause was a food drive that Shay and Sarah did, and we talked about that. The Seymour Pink 2024 T-shirt design contest is now opened, and that's open to all Seymour residents in the middle school, high school, and college students. The Seymour Oxford Food Bank is looking for volunteers. Happy 14th anniversary to Dragonfly Studio. And I'm excited to say that Seymour will be the new home to Cast Iron Chef Pizza and Bar. They're opening in the old Mag's restaurant. If you've ever been to the Cast Iron Chef in New Haven, they're just like that, and that's almost how they're going to be in Seymour. And they're looking at the end of March, beginning of April to open up. And we're excited to announce the Wildcat Storage. They opened up last Saturday. They reopened this abandoned storage area, cleaned up the property, and they were going to continue to improve the site. And that's all I have. We'll go to select person's comment, and we'll start with Mr. Lombardi.
I'm good, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No, I want to just go on record, the emergency personnel, I wanted to thank everyone, feel very safe in this community, and everybody in this community should feel very safe with the people that we have running the show, so I want to thank everybody there. I did want to go on record, and I didn't get up and take a picture. I wanted to take a picture of Mr. Lucky.
We'll get one.
Every high school kid I know always speaks very highly about you, and I've known him for many, many years, so I appreciate everything you've done for the school. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd just like to congratulate Mr. Lucky also for a well-earned recognition, and thank you for all you do at the high school and your leadership. The kids definitely look up to you and look to you for mentorship, and you definitely deliver that. So, thank you. And I want to say happy birthday to Miss Messier. 100 years is a big milestone. So that's fantastic. Looking forward to receiving updates from the Bungay Building Committee regarding the project. I'm glad that we moved that forward tonight. It's a project that's well overdue, as we all know. And I just want to thank all our first responders in the town. They do a lot as volunteers. And yeah, we need to do something for the kids that don't own property, but participate and have gone through the EMT courses and work with the fire department. We definitely need to do something for those kids. They put in a lot of time and effort.
Yes.
I would like to echo the compliments given to everyone this evening, especially the fire personnel and emergency personnel who had such a difficult weekend. I can't imagine what they had to go through this past weekend. Once again, I'd like to compliment Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky epitomizes what our school district is all about. He knows the students very well. And beyond Mr. Lucky, our school district, our personnel, our administrators, our staff, our students are just the most outstanding people in the world. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, with that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Pat, second by Al. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. 5-0. Thank you, everyone.